Alright, looks like everything's up and running. Hello, Internet! Doing some Ninjala before we hopefully do Among Us. Unless the server we're playing on doesn't exist. So we have to go to plan B. I know Tommy and Glock were talking last night about the server might be having problems, so oh no. Oh no. It might be plan B tonight. Da, 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 da. Did I forget to retweet the thread for Soda Pop this week? No I didn't. Good. By the way, good news. Naki! Talking Naki tomorrow for the Soto blog. It's in book 2, which is incredibly surprising that Naki made book 2. None of us were thinking Naki would be this soon. We were expecting them to be, like, kind of halfway into the line, considering that 6-month gap on Ikazuchi, but I guess it was just a case of priorities for Ikazuchi. He kind of got put on the back burner for a while they handled a bunch of other stuff.
By the way, hello.
Glock is here as well. Hello.
I was listening to music and singing. I wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying to aggravate you earlier. I thought you had just walked away from the computer.
I did walk away. I didn't know. I walked away before you hopped on. When I came back, I was like, "Wait, what the hell?"
I was just singing. I was waiting on you to go, hey, 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 shut up so I could start.
No, I would have muted and then came back on and would have let you keep singing for a little bit until you realized you were singing on stream.
I would not have noticed at all. I wasn't even looking at the Discord. I just happened to glance at the Discord and you had it muted and sound not going through, and I was like, oh, I must have aggravated him. I shall go.
No, I just hit the one button. I just hit the deafen button.
Well, when you do, normally I think it mutes your mic.
It does. That's why I hit it.
Oh, okay. So is Among Us still the plan for tonight?
I would assume so, unless the server we're playing on gets dumpstered for some reason.
Were you able to get it working today?
Yes. It took like a less than a minute for it to install to start with, so
Oh yeah, it's a small game, but it's great.
I installed it, got the window where I want it for streaming, so it's all set up on my end.
Yeah, we're gonna be playing on stream. You can join us, Mike, if you want. Just hop in the Discord.
Oh, I'll hop in the Discord.
Since you're right there next to us, yeah, that would cause echo. That would be terrible. The Gaming Saloon Network? We're on stream. Oh, that's right. We have to move you. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm in the waiting room. Hey, okay.
Okay, mute.
Okay.
Hello. Nope, it's there we go. Okay. Oh, we have a new follower apparently. I just saw.
Yeah, someone followed off stream.
Starting to wonder if those are bots. Like, they have to be, right?
People could just follow the stream when we're not on.
But I mean, we're not being advertised on Twitch when we're not online. So like, how did they know to find us?
I don't know. They stumble across the YouTube or the Twitter, or they just find clips on Twitch. I don't know. They could have found us any number of ways.
That's fair. Mike, you're gonna have to change your damn name on Discord. Because it's terrible. It is a terrible name. Why? No, you need to you need to be a bit more family friendly than you're already being. Even though we are not family friendly at all, that's beside the point. Yeah, puppies and kittens works.
Okay. I had a strange reply on Twitter that I was like, I should answer this real quick.
Do puppies and kittens, and then make your picture a furry.
Where'd you go?
You got a strange reply on Twitter?
Yes. I've told you about Team Rider, right?
Vaguely, the American side of everything, right?
The internal team at Bluefin that is bringing over stuff for Rider to the U.S. They're technically teamed up with Shout Factory for Tokusatsu and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the other day, they asked like, hey, do you know about like Shoto, Soto, and like RKF, and what do you think about those? If you do, and I replied, what did I reply specifically? It became my go-to line for Rider figures due to their price point, level of quality, and depth of character roster. And they replied to that going like, exactly! Just like, hey, that's like pretty much the selling points of Soto, more or less.
Gotcha.
And they do that all the time. They reply to different people about stuff, so like, seeing them reply to me specifically about stuff was just not surprising. But then, today, like normal, they're like, hey, did you get anything in the mail today? And I was like, well, I got some Soto stuff this week, and like a Shinka art card. And then for some reason, just now, they're like, hey, you mentioned Soto figures the other day. Do you collect those? And I'm like, yeah, I have figures from like each of these like 5 shows. I'm like, okay. That is oddly specific of you to go directly to me to be asking that, unless you're asking other people as well.
Sounds like they're sending you something. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like they're sending you something as like a, here you go, since you're a fan.
At the moment, they would have nothing to send me, because the only thing Soto-wise that they are bringing over, I already have an order for.
What is that picture? Oh my god. Mike. Really? Not a racist? Really? This isn't CSGO, Mike.
Also not a underscore.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not a underscore racist. There you go. God almighty. We're gonna get booted off of Twitch for hate speech, even though none of us have said anything hate speech wise. It's just gonna be your name.
Just not a racist. I don't see the problem with that. You can always change it to is a racist. I feel like I would be off that.
Why don't you just change it to something that's not racist?
Think what I've done.
What time are we starting the Among Us playthrough? 10?
Around 10, whenever Tommy hops on, and we get everything set up. And by everything set up, I mean it's probably just gonna be me streaming that part of it, since it would be a bad thing for me to be doing the side stream, or for me to get Tommy side stream for a game like this. Because I would be seeing his screen in a game where I don't need to be seeing his screen.
Why is Adblock Plus not doing what it's supposed to do? I got 9 ads on Moist Critical's stream. What in the hell?
doing card opening again.
I guess he's addicted to it. He's addicted to cards. I don't blame him. If I could afford the amount of card openings that he does, I'd do it too.
But the other thing Team Rider's bringing over for Soto so far is technically the third Kuga set, which is what's dubbed the Golden Power set. It's just Kuga, all four of Kuga's Rising forms, which rounds out all of Kuga's forms. But it's a good thing they brought that over, because that's a premium Bandai set, and that is middleman fees and shipping from Japan to pay for that. So having that in the States for $5 shipping is wonderful.
Why is the Geico Gecko playing Rocket League?
Placement.
It would be beautiful if that was an actual topper to your car, and the entire time he just does nothing but nonstop tells you that you can save money on save 15% or more at Geico.
But yeah, this is the set I've got.
Oh my
from them.
god!
What?
All of the card boxes. God, I wish I had the money to blow on card boxes. Shit, if I had the money to blow on card boxes, I wouldn't blow them on card boxes. I'd be doing what I plan on doing.
Like card boxes as in boxes to put cards in, or like booster packs?
Like massive booster packs.
Okay.
Oh, he's playing Ninjala.
Uh-oh. I'm in the middle of people. I need to stop being in the middle of people.
Basically, it's Splatoon ninjas.
Shit.
Platoon Shinobi Strikers.
Yes.
It plays nice. And it's free to play.
Oh, he said it's free to play. Is it on PC?
Switch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. We don't own a Switch. Do you own a Switch? Do you own a Switch?
I don't know, swap.
You own a swap? Is that the discounted cheap version from the flea market that you find at all those cheap little
People that aren't sponsoring us, it's from Dollar General, Thomas.
It's from Dollar General.
Tell the sponsors.
Yes, Dollar General sponsor us.
Oh no.
We don't have that many viewers, but it's okay. Sponsor us.
Dollar General, we would probably.
You don't know that. You don't know nothing. You don't know what you're talking about. You think just because we're sponsored by Dollar General, viewers are just gonna start popping up like, yo, Dollar General, what's up? No, it's not.
You're hurting my feelings. I don't.
Good. God, I remember. I don't even remember how old Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is. It's been forever since I played this damn game.
Enough.
What you learned about it.
Oh, that's me dead. That's fine. Well, on a related note, Hasbro had their second day at PulseCon today.
Did they show anything off? Or anything good?
Are you into Transformers?
No.
Are you into Power Rangers?
Eh.
Then that's the only two things I can speak to. So that's the only two things I watched. If you wanted Marvel and Star Wars, that was day one.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. I mentioned Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. You and anybody that's watching Go pick it up for free on Epic Games Marketplace right now.
Well, I got someone and then got immediately countered.
The hell is Heroes and Generals? I have not played a Heroes and Generals game. Let us Google it. If
Grant.
it's oh, it's a free-to-play first-person shooter. And it's a real-person shooter / real-time strategy, because when you're a general, you have to do the real-time strategy. You're basically telling the people that are doing the FPS what they need to do. Why are you 800 by 600? That's terrible resolution. I need my 1920 by 1080.
Granted, I should be super surprised that Team Rider is just reminding people to talk about this, because I know part of the data they show show Bandai to request products is like Twitter replies and stuff, being like, this is how many people we've got to talk about this in the US. Because like that's one of the few things they have as ammo. Be like, well, this many people on Twitter say this.
Hey, we should download this and we should all play this. Oh, never mind. It won't work on Linux, so Tommy's out.
I was about to say, you gotta remember that.
Why is he so hateful towards Windows? I've never had a problem with Windows other than that one time that they were during Windows 8 when they were trying to frickin' watch keystrokes. Which I'm sure they're doing it now, but at least they're doing it quietly now.
Windows fucks up. Just depends on like if you're done dealing with it or you just want to keep dealing with it.
I guess, but I mean, the way I look at it, if we're, it's kind of one of those that we're constantly being watched anyway. Okay? There's no doubt about that. Like, you can call me a conspiracy nut if you want to. I have no illusions. The NSA and all of them, they're all listening in on everything, just so that they make sure there's no terrorists. But, like, why is it that when a company like Microsoft does it, potentially just to be able to, make their company better, it's a bad thing?
People like their privacy. And also, that's not Tommy's problem with it. It's just Windows fucking up is more technical issues of Windows fucking up.
What does Tommy do to the computer that causes it to fuck up? Because I have
absolutely nothing. It's called having shit luck with tech sometimes.
I've not had a single issue with Windows 10. I take that back. I've had Windows 10 crash on me one time, and I have absolutely no idea what caused it. It hung up one time and then just never fixed itself. I had to shut the computer down and restart it.
Look, shit happens.
No idea what happened there.
Look, shit happens with stuff sometimes, and depending on how many times you've had that happen, it may just be like the last straw.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, but I mean, there's got to be a better way than dealing with Linux, because it seems like Linux is not supported in most games.
Well, that's because it's not a well-supported browser to start with, which is a completely separate issue.
Yeah. I mean, it's even worse than Apple's Mac bullshit. Like, that's the scary part. It's even worse than Mac support.
Yeah, Tommy said it. It's just like, hey, Microsoft keeps having to do patches for patches. It is just a case of, yeah, I've been dealing with that since XP. It's just a case of, yeah, I need something different. You just need to not be dealing with Microsoft in Windows, because you just can't get the quality you want out of your OS.
Why don't you just set it up to update on its own, like at night? Because that's what I do.
What part of patches needing patches did you miss in that? Because that's the
yeah.
major problem, is patches needing patches.
Yeah.
Why have 5 updates to fix the problem when you can just have 2?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a reason that they're updating, though. I mean, yeah, they're updating a lot, but there has to be a reason, right? They wouldn't just update for no reason at all. They're trying to make sure that it's safer for their customers, because the last thing they want is for their customers to ditch them.
Right. But sometimes their patches have problems, and then they have to fix those problems.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
it's too many patches and too many updates. It's too much at times. It's like, can you, like, fix things better, more or less? Be better at fixing things and not breaking them. Please?
Look,
I'm
we
dead.
asked that same thing of Bethesda, and, I mean, you saw what we got.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a company that literally relies on their customers being happy, and they can't even do it. So... Oh, I completely agree. I think they should have some kind of an insider program like how Xbox does. But I don't think they do, which is really dumb. It's really dumb that Xbox is more innovative than Microsoft when Microsoft owns Xbox. That's really dumb.
Different departments, different teams, completely different people at it. I mean, you could say that about a lot of things with big corporations.
True. So in other words, they have people, it's just they don't listen to their people. Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's definitely a problem.
Give me the drone.
I can't wait for November. I'm so damn excited. Less than 2 months. Less than 2 months, and I will have my hands on the game that I have been waiting for since like 2013, 2014.
Heroes and Generals, great game.
When was Cyberpunk first announced?
I think an E3. Yeah.
2012. Okay, so I have been waiting since 2012 for this damn game. Because oh, no, the video came out in 2013. I never heard anything from the first thing I ever heard about Cyberpunk 2077 was that really weird video of the shots, like the gunshots just bouncing off of the robot lady.
Yeah, I can understand it being less of a problem with the product and more of a problem with the company and the product suffering because of it.
Such a damn cool teaser trailer.
That's taken 7 years to make.
Also, seeing Saber described as long-winded wizard makes far too goddamn much sense. Fucking hell. It is incredibly long-winded wizard. Too long! Transformations are too long! Please cut down! Please tell these books to stop and to shut up.
Oh, just as a little bit of gaming news, have y'all heard about the recent problems with the new RTX 3080s?
No.
Okay, people are reporting that the 3080s are crashing on them and causing BSODs. You know, the blue screen of death.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I think maybe I don't know. I'm not a part of the insider program for Microsoft. I'll get back to the BSODs in a second, but I'm not a part of the insider program for Microsoft, so I don't know. But maybe it's a problem of Microsoft just expects them to look for glitches and shit within like a week or so, and then when they don't find a glitch in a week, then they're like, okay, it's good to go, and then like a month later, oh, it's deleting files.
Then that's still a Microsoft problem, which is the entire problem. Which is the entire point. It's just like, fuck. Microsoft can fuck up less, please. Microsoft, bit more quality control, please.
Absolutely. I'm not saying you're not correct. I'm saying you're absolutely right for being upset, but I'm saying I wonder if it's a problem where Microsoft just wants to hurry it out rather than, they're just kind of, oh, by the way, you need to fix Twitch. It says you're playing Minecraft.
Oh, did I not? Did it not update? I thought it updated.
Let me refresh and see if it updated on my side.
It didn't take Ninjala, apparently. Even though I updated all of that at the same time! Thanks, Twitch. I swear to God I updated that. I must have not clicked it. Oh, and apparently all insider programs are at minimum 3+ weeks. So...
Well, then I wonder if it's just a problem of there's not enough people in the insider programs, because once they release it to the mainstream, there are okay, turn this down so that we don't get okay. Nice. Nice. Okay, anyway, so I wonder if it's maybe a problem that there's just not enough people in the insider program, because once it's released into the mainstream, you got to think there are literally millions. There are millions, probably billions of people using Microsoft at all times. So it goes from maybe like a couple thousand people that are in the insider program to millions and billions. Of course there's going to be more show up of problems. It's higher demand. That's like the same problem with the graphics cards. Kind of tying it into that. So going back to the 3080s, apparently there is a problem. Let me pull up the actual like facts of it. So they're having issues with their caps. You've got I think they're called POC caps, and then you have MCLL caps. The POC caps are the cheaper ones. I'm trying to find it just to make sure that I'm right here. Okay, POS caps. I'm sorry. So the basically specs for the card requires 5 POS caps and one set of MLCC, not MLSS. And one set of MLCC caps. So one set of MLCC caps is like 6, I believe. I believe 6 MLCC caps is around the size of one POS cap. So official specs require one set of MLCC and 5 POS caps. The problem is a lot of these third-party companies, these overclocking companies, they're trying to scrap that and just go for the 6 POS caps. Now, here is the problem with that. POS caps have a problem with kind of like you know what static sound is, right?
Yes.
Okay. They have a problem with static sound. And for anybody who doesn't know what that is, that might be watching, basically, if you ever walk under a power line and you hear the static above you from the power line, that is static sound. Basically, what's happening is it's causing interference with anything else in the close vicinity, electrical-wise. These POS caps are as close as possible to the graphics card itself. So basically what's happening is it's like when you take two walkie-talkies and you put them right next to each other and you pull the triggers.
Mm-hmm.
They just start screeching at each other. And 9 times out of 10, it's not actually the sound itself that they're picking up, but rather the interference, and it's causing a loud shriek. So what is happening with the POS caps is there's a failsafe in them. Or, well, I wouldn't call it a failsafe. It's just it's basically a shutoff switch. The 6 POS caps, they start up, and normally the BSOD only happens when the cards are overclocked. The second they're overclocked, past factory guarantee, or even a little bit below that, basically what happens is they get a huge amount of static sound all at the same time, and it just causes the card to shut off completely. Just immediate shut off. And like that's why a lot of that's why you're not going to hear very many people at all that got the... Well, no, it's not. Hang on, it's not Microsoft. It's the graphics card manufacturers themselves. What's going to happen is the cards that are having the issues, the card manufacturers are going to end up releasing a VBIOS that basically they're going to have to underclock the cards. That's the only way they're going to be able to keep the cards from continuing to do this, is by underclocking them. Because there's no way they're going to recall and remanufacture these cards. That costs way too much money. There's no way they're going to do that with the amount of sales that they got and everything. There's no freaking way they're going to do a recall on these graphics cards. So what's going to happen is they're going to end up releasing a VBIOS that's going to lower the speed of the graphics cards. But that's the problem. It's not Microsoft's issue. The problem is the graphics card can't handle the speed that the user is trying to push it. It physically can't handle it because of the POS caps. The POS caps are not able to handle that speed, so they're shutting everything off, and the second they shut off, the computer's like, something's wrong, BSOD. So it's not Microsoft's issue, it's the card manufacturer's issue. They're gonna try, but there's nothing they can do on their side. It has to be something that the card manufacturers do to lower the speed of their cards. It has to be. That's the only way they're going to fix this. Or, I mean, yes, they absolutely could do a full recall, but I highly, highly doubt that they're going to do a full recall. That would be way too much money spent. But that's the problem. They can try to force Windows to not allow overclocking, but modders and programmers are everywhere that have already set up programs. Like you've got programs like Afterburner. Shit, hang on, I've got programs myself. Hang on.
So if that's the case, then the VBIOS update wouldn't even work, because people could just get around it.
Not exactly. If it's... Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, there's going to be people that can get around it, but most of your average people don't have that kind of knowledge. So they're just like, well, okay, that sucks. So basically what's happening is if you want the 3080, don't buy the cheaper 3080s because they're going to skimp out on you. Hang on, I can tell you a list.
Granted, recall or not, assuming it's in warranty, people could be like, I'm not satisfied with this, and they could claim warranty and get it returned and replaced.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is the exact same thing, so...
I will say this, though. I've got to give EVGA props. They came out of the gate the second the cards were released and went, we fixed the problem, but somehow cards that were preliminary cards that were having the issue got released as well. So if you got one, let us know. And I believe they're actually offering a replacement. I can't confirm that, but I believe they were offering replacements because basically...
I hope they would be offering a replacement in this scenario.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So, but due to the crunch time, some of the reviewers were sent a pre-production version with 6 POS caps. We are working with those reviewers directly to replace their boards with production versions. EVGA GeForce RTX 3080 XC3 series with 5 POS caps plus 10 MLCC solution is matched with the XC3 specs without issues. So, yes, it is absolutely, for some reason, the second the MLCC caps are gone, there is major issues with overclocking.
So this isn't even like a widespread issue. This is like a specific like run of the card issue.
Well, here's the thing. It's not just them. Gigabyte is doing it. Gigabyte did it. I know Gigabyte did it because Jay's 2 Cents, one of my absolute favorite computer YouTubers, like tech YouTubers, Jay's 2 Cents actually took a bunch of cards apart and showed that if you want a card, I'll be completely honest, if you want to spend the money on a card, don't get an overclocked card. Just get a damn Founders Edition. Just get a damn Founders Edition. They have 2 sets of MLCCs and 4 POS caps. You will never have an issue. I can guarantee on record right now you will not have an issue with those cards. Or, well, you won't have the same issue as these people are having. I'll say that. Because I don't know if there's going to be a firmware issue later on or not. I suppose you're right, Tommy. But I mean, a lot of the grief isn't going to be going to Microsoft, though. You got to think about that. A lot of the grief is going to be going towards the graphics companies, or the graphics card companies. Microsoft's probably going to look at it, wash their hands of it, and say, it's not our problem. You fix it.
But that might end up being after they already get called about it. Be like, why is this happening? And then they're like, go call this person, please, and have to transfer them.
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to be a whole lot of transferring people. It's going to be a disaster for the next, I would say, 4 to 6 months.
And that still clogs up all their stuff, because they have to deal with that first before that gets to the proper place. That's still clogging up their stuff.
True. But, I'm trying to pull up information on the different graphics cards that are using it. I know EVGA did it for a small amount of time. Gigabyte is doing it with their actual production product, which is a disaster in the making. So I would not recommend the Gigabyte ones. Hang on one second. Let me pull up Jay's 2 Cents and see if I can find... Because he took a bunch of them apart and was like, this is the problem. This is the reason why there is so many issues. Here we go, right here. Okay, he's got a Founders Edition, a Gigabyte. He also had a... What was the name of that company? This is one that I actually haven't heard much about. There's the Gigabyte. There's that one. Damn it, I went too far.
Damn. By the way, Tommy, did you catch the Hyrule Warriors stream today?
Advanced, that's what it is. The advanced cards are having the same issues. I actually don't know much about the advanced cards.
Okay, there are things to talk about when you hop on. Good things. Really good things.
I mean, yeah, you're probably not going to have that many issues with FX cards either, but they're majorly out of date. I mean, you can say that pretty much about any PC component ever. Like, the old cards you're probably not going to have a problem with. CPU, GPU, PSU. I mean, unless you bought...
That's the point.
Unless you bought shit
That's the
product.
joke.
But I mean, I'm hoping that the 3070s won't have this issue, just because they're not running at as high of
I'll be
a
back.
I can't speak, at as high of an overclocking number. So hopefully the 3070s won't end up having this issue. If they do, I'm gonna end up holding off on getting my 3070. I don't want to, but I might have to. That's fair, I suppose, but I was excited for the 30 series purely because it's gonna make 4K gaming mainstream. And I was 4K gaming with my 2070 on my 4K TV, and I got a lot of flack from people on it. But I didn't care because I liked it. The only problem was I couldn't do max settings because the 2070 Super, as powerful as it is, cannot handle 4K max settings unless you're doing an older game, which even then, the older games don't normally support 4K. So I was doing 4K at medium settings. Well, true, but at the same time, you got to look at it like this: 4K TVs are becoming mainstream the way plasma TVs. The 4K TVs are becoming mainstream the way plasma TVs were becoming mainstream way back in the day too. Well, then that's fair. You don't have to get a 3080, but it's for the people that are interested in it, though, which is a lot of people. Oh, okay. I was about to say, when it comes to donations, you're gonna have to talk to the man in chat right there. That's not my forte. I'm just here to chat. But it's definitely one of those that the times are starting to change when it comes to tech, especially with TVs. I mean, you got to look at it this way. We've already had our first 8K TV release, last year by Samsung? I mean, at some point, 8K is going to be the expensive showroom thing, and 4K TVs are going to be, in everybody's living room. That's going to be the way it is soon enough. Mamma mia! Hello.
Fair. I will give you that point.
And thank you for the follow, Trimantics.
The big point that I was kind of getting at is, my 950 is keeping up with games right now. I know it's going to be way out of date before too long, and I'm perfectly aware of that. But I also don't have a 4K TV. Period. So if a card can do 4K, it's going to be a waste of money, truthfully. when there's higher HD cards that are still out there.
And that's completely fair. I would recommend you, because of the way you game, I would recommend you do what I did whenever you upgrade. Go ahead and go with the 2070 Super. They're so reliable. I have not had one problem out of my card at all. Not once. And I love it. I can play almost everything on ultra settings and get close, if not hit 60 frames per second. Now, that's not so good, and I'm talking like 1440p. Well, maybe not. I'm getting good frames, basically. Like, the card is phenomenal. But I play on a 1080p monitor with 165 hertz. So 1080p max settings, I'm usually right at about 100 to 120 frames, which is perfect. You know, and then I turn on VSync if I want to, just to keep solid. You know, that way I get rid of the variable frame rate, and I'm getting solid 60 frames no matter what, and it looks gorgeous.
To be fair, if I can make a game, depending on what game it is, I'll put it out that way. Depending on what game it is, if I can get it to run at a constant 30 or 60, depending on what game it is, obviously, then that's good enough for me. I don't care about higher frame rate.
In all fairness, I do wonder, you have a lot of problems with Wine. I wonder if a lot of your problems are just the outdated graphics card, and I'm assuming you have probably a relatively outdated CPU as well.
I can tell you right now, it's not that. It's the lack of compatibility that Wine has. I'm hoping, since XP's source code got released, it would be potential to, getting Wine in a better spot. We're actually in a channel designated just for the one live.
all of us know each other. We're actually all a part of the group making content. So
the main reason the channel isn't just open to anyone is just in case someone was to, do a drive-by, come in and say a bunch of crap and then leave kind of deal. It's nothing personal. It's more of a, just in case.
If you've ever played CS:GO, you understand what we're trying to avoid.
But yeah, it's definitely nothing personal.
Not at all. But I do want to say that what graphics, or I'm sorry, what CPU are you running?
I always forget because I've actually upgraded this one part of the way through, so 1 second.
Yeah, they do. Because what I'm running with my PC is I'm running the 2700X or 2700R, whatever the hell it's called. 2700X.
It's FX 8300.
Oh god, you're running an FX card. I fucking called it. So yeah, your graphics card is out of date, but so is your CPU. The graphics card, honestly,
to be fair,
I don't know.
Would the processor
be bottlenecked by the FX? Would that be bottlenecked?
I've not had a problem with it. Of course, I upgraded them at the same time, so that might also be part of that where I didn't really see that.
What are you running, a 950?
Yeah.
FX 6300?
83. I started to go with the 63 is why I was like, wait a minute. Because if I'm not mistaken, this computer was a pre-built one, and it had a 43, I think it had in it. And I was like, that is not that good.
FX 83?
Yep.
3. What are you running? The 8370, 8310, 8370E, 8320E?
Flat 8300.
Okay. And then you're running the 950.
Yep.
I use this program to find out how hard of a RAM memory, how much.
16. Literally the reason why I'm looking to just make a new one instead of continue to upgrade, because there is a little bit of upgrade room that I know both the graphics and processor can go. And I'm like, yeah, the RAM's maxed on this thing, so nope. I'm not sinking more money into this.
Are you on a laptop?
Nope.
Did I pick the wrong one? Is it the GTX
Probably.
950M?
No.
Shit. Okay, hang on. 950.
I literally posted the graphics card information in chat.
I'm sure. I'm just looking. Okay, there it is. That's what it was. I clicked 950M. 950 flat was underneath it.
Yeah, that was fun trying to get the drivers for it to begin with. Because, Linux, it installs default drivers, and then it's up to you to decide if you want to install manufacturer drivers or not.
Okay, looks like it's bottlenecking about 8.3% for 1080p. 11.
Which I never run at a 1080. The most I ever wind up running it is
actually
900.
what I'm reading. Actually, what I'm reading, the graphics card and processor will work fine for 1080.
I thought I got
Now you won't be able to run max settings, but
no, unless it's an old game, I know that's not a thing. That's the first thing, crank settings down to low, and then work up from there.
Now, I will say this. FX was kind of AMD's flop card. And the FX cards are not the greatest when it comes to CPU usage.
Truthfully, I've had more problems out of RAM than I have the processor, though.
Well, what I'm saying is,
wait, with Marvel's Avengers that decided it was going to eat every resource.
What RAM are you running? Do you know what the cards are?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay. Well, I'm running 16 gigs of ballistics.
You are talking about upgrades that I did, I think, at this point, 3, maybe 4 years ago.
Oh yeah, Tommy, it's time to upgrade. It is time to upgrade, my man.
I think I've had this computer for like 5, maybe going on 6 years now.
Yeah. More than I have mine, actually. I've only had mine for like 2, 3-ish.
Yeah, but in all fairness, yours is a gaming laptop, though. It was designed purely for gaming, and it was...
No, my computer.
Oh, okay.
Not my laptop. My laptop is like 10 plus years old at this point.
I mean, it still handles shit pretty good, though. 10 years old or not, which is surprising for a laptop.
True, actually. Laptops are usually just a once and done kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, that's why I bought my computer through Asus, because I'm like, oh, this laptop looks really good. Why would I not buy Asus?
Yeah, ROG is a really good brand. They try to make sure it's quality.
Oh, I just meant Asus in general. I didn't even really mean their Republic of Gamer stuff. I was just like, Asus in general, like the build quality.
I'm assuming that's what your laptop is, though, right?
Yeah, it was one of their Republic of Gamer ones.
Yeah.
But the computer,
I think what
technically isn't.
I think what I'm going to do when I wind up getting another one is do exactly like I did this time. Get one that's got decent specs to start and just upgrade from there. Because that was the intent for the one that I've got, kind of deal. Well, I wanted to just get something that was a good starting point and then that had room to upgrade.
Well, if you want, I have a build that I was originally making that's like, I think, $600 altogether. If you want, I can send you that, and you can build.
Normally,
off of
this
that.
would be the point where I would compare the fact that I think I only gave like 4 for mine, but like I also said earlier, it had been quite a bit of years ago, so 6 is probably in the ballpark with where I would be at.
Yeah, let me see if I can find my build.
That's one of those that it's like, yeah, stuff's gotten more expensive. Yeah,
Okay.
that's probably about on par with where I would actually need to be looking.
You don't need that. You don't need that because you've already got a mouse and keyboard, I'm sure.
Oh, by the way, Tommy, the Hyrule Warrior stream. I didn't catch it live. I caught the archive of it. I think GameXplain has the entire 13-minute demo subbed at the moment on their YouTube channel. If you want to just look through that.
Don't you already have an external hard drive?
I was about to say, if Tommy's like me, he has like
That's
4.
That's a loaded question. Do I have one? Yes. Does it have any room? No.
Okay, okay. Do you want? Okay, what I'm saying is, you're gonna need an SSD in your computer, but you have an external hard drive for the other stuff, right? Because my build has a 480 gig.
Need an SSD in there.
Well, no, I promise you. Like, a lot of people don't believe me, but I'm telling you, an SSD will bring your computer to life. It is ridiculous how good even a small SSD will make your computer.
Unless I plan to start speedrunning PC games, I don't need an SSD.
Okay, I'll leave it in there and I'll let you decide if you want it or not. It's only $46, so I'm gonna let you decide on that one.
I was about to say, I don't have an SSD, but I have the, what is it, the slot for it. Like, that little, like, drop-in, drop-out slot tray thing.
Sorry, I am listening. I'm looking for the...
I mean, fair on that, but at the same time, I'd not really seen a big need for an SSD. Like, that's the big thing. I'm okay with the little bit of wait time that I'm going to have. That's one of those, that's understandable. If I can get a terabyte hard drive for my computer for the same price that I'm going to pay 250 gigs for an SSD, yeah, I'd rather go with more storage. If I could get that same terabyte in SSD or non-SSD for the same price, then yeah, I'll do the SSD. Because that's a duh. But
you're in the same boat as me, as where it's like, I would like an SSD if it was the same price per memory, and it's not.
Yeah.
Incredibly so.
And I know why it's not.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, it's going to cost a lot more to get the same storage. It's not really worth it unless I'm really needing it.
With your computer, you're not going to need a big upgrade for CPU, so you could probably do alright with a Ryzen 3. And it's even got an integrated graphics card if you really don't want to get a graphics card. But I would recommend getting a graphics card.
I've tried the integrated graphics cards before. No.
Yeah, it's got a Radeon Vega 8. It's not the greatest.
I was about to say, my old laptop, not my gaming laptop, had an integrated graphics card, and that did not perform well.
I have never had good experience with integrated graphics cards.
Oh, but for Hyrule Warriors, so I can tell you about this. You know how, like, the assumption with the tile screen, or like tile screen, like the main image and stuff of how many compatible characters we had? Wrong! There's more. They gave...
Hold on one second. Honestly, at the moment, I don't have one because at the moment, I kind of can't do it. It would have to be a wait and do that later. So it's one of those, I'm more at the, I will just kind of wait until I know, and then I'll go from there. Also, thank you, Black3v3, for the follow.
That did not proc on stream. Why did it not?
Yes,
proc?
it did. It did.
Did it? I didn't
Just
hear it.
apparently
It pulled up. It was just that. Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't.
You apparently just don't have the sound for some reason.
Why do I not have audio on that? That's
I don't know.
weird.
But it procced on the
should.
stream.
Okay. I was about to say, alerts are working, and that should be the same audio source.
It should.
Or hosts are working, and that's the same audio source, because it worked last night.
You're right.
That's weird. That might be a fuck up on Streamlabs end, somewhere in there. Yeah, thanks for the follow. But yeah, Impa's playable. Well, young Impa, not old lady Impa.
I was gonna say, if it's old lady Impa, then
What
Okay.
if...
Would you like to stick with a? Would you like to stick with an Nvidia, or would you be interested in the Radeons?
part of me feels like sticking with the Nvidia because I've not had a problem out of this card.
I don't blame you there. Okay, how much?
It's one of those don't fix what ain't broke.
Mm-hmm.
How much would a 1650 Super cost?
Yeah, Impa is more or less... what if Sheik had a full ninja set and pulled off all the Naruto bullshit?
Oh god.
Like Shadow Clones. She has crazy stuff. And also, apparently every character can use Sheikah Slate moves. Like, Link can use Sheikah Slate moves. And so can the other champions.
I mean, that makes sense as far as Link goes.
Mm-hmm. But it might be different than Zelda's moveset that looks to be all Sheikah Slate based. No word yet on what the little robot does, but we did see it activate and walk around with you. I think Link has the same moves from Hyrule Warriors, but it's a complete overhaul on his. Like, shield sliding is a charge move of his. Or like a dash attack of his. And like, you can knock up enemies into the air, do an aerial combo, and do a multi-hit, like, arrow barrage in slowdown.
Let me talk to a couple guys that I know that also work on.
Like, Link's moveset looks glorious. Enemies are a bit more animated than they were before. The map's pretty consistent. The king has a portrait in the game, which is apparently some people are speculating he's playable. Because, well, use Hyrule Warriors as an example. I don't think there's anyone in that game that isn't a playable character that has a unique portrait. Genshin Impact. Isn't that the limited time mode? In Ninjala, or is that like the easy conversation?
No, that is the. I'm probably gonna make someone mad by saying this, but it is the Breath of the Wild like game.
Wait, is that?
That's been in all kinds of.
Yeah, we talked about that a while back. Yeah. Yeah, I was just like, yeah, is that an MMO? That's not an MMO, is it?
I don't think it was.
I swear part of it made me think it was an MMO, but I don't... No, it's not. Okay.
Well, I saw a thing where people are kind of...
4-player. Okay,
somewhat...
that's where that came from, is the 4-player multiplayer. I don't know, something about it felt like MMO, but no, if it's just like 4-player multiplayer, that makes sense.
But no, the reason why I said, yeah, some people might get mad about that is because, yeah, some people feel like it is a complete clone, and it's like,
It didn't seem
it
like
definitely draws from it, I'll give it that.
It's as much of a clone.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, I see where they're coming from. Got it.
Okay, I was about to say, is it as much? I wouldn't think it's as much as a clone as that Phoenix Rising game that Ubisoft's putting out in the next couple months. That's also Breath of the Wild-esque. Like, is it as much of a clone as that? Because like they're both cut from the same cloth on that front.
I'm not gonna lie. From a personal perspective. And if this ticks someone off, I'm sorry, but this is my thoughts anyhow. It really kind of felt like it was Breath of the Wild reskinned.
Oh, what, the Ubisoft?
And I'm like, oh,
the Genshin game?
Genshin Impact, yeah.
Oh.
I was like, ooh, I see why people are mad.
Is it? I heard people saying good things about that, but maybe that's because everyone wants a Breath of the Wild game, and, well, this is the closest we're gonna get to a Breath of the Wild game at the moment.
I don't see that. I don't see any of them, as far as being a clone, being a problem, per se, because of the simple fact of, let's get realistic, open world RPG, yeah, that kind of fits a lot of genres there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to get nitpicky about it, I'm sure you could probably even say Breath of the Wild is a clone of something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just so happened that Breath of the Wild wound up, yeah, exactly, did it first.
I mean, shit, now I can't think of it. Not Sekiro. No. Ghost of Tsushima. Like, Ghost of Tsushima has a lot of Breath of the Wild in its makeup. But like
Does it?
Yeah, like the big expansive. It's a big open world RPG. Has a lot of like Breath of the Wild's more. It's more how it did its world design and stuff, and how it did its exploration. But like, it still has a bit of Breath of the Wild in its DNA. Hell, what was it? It's not the first E3 demo. It was the more recent demo before it came out. Like, it starts you on a cliffside, and it felt a lot like how, like, Breath of the Wild starts you on that cliffside, and you just see the whole map. And you're like, you can go anywhere. And that kind of, like non-linear exploration and stuff like that. Yeah, that's in Ghost of Tsushima, but that doesn't make it a bad game or make it a clone. It still did its own thing for a lot of its gameplay.
And I mean, that's one of those, like I said, Genshin Impact kind of, to me, looked like, yeah, it definitely could be mistook for a direct clone. I'm the type, though, I would rather play it
Yeah.
before making that judgment, because it might not be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those, I feel like more people should do that, truthfully.
Yep. It also helps to remember that a lot of people in the industry do play each other's video games and do go, huh, I like that thing. What if I did that thing in my video game? Like, Sakurai. Like, all the menu stuff for Smash Ultimate is all taken from Persona 5. Like, straight up. Yeah. Like, Sakurai's stated directly, like, yeah, I did all the menus this way because of Persona 5's menus, and I like Persona 5, so I did that. I did it like this. So, like, it happens. There's that cross-pollination. Also, I guess we'll get set up for Among Us now.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming that the other two here are both ready.
Probably.
Glock,
Huh? What?
are Jens about ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm just talking to a couple other PC guys I know that are helping me out. I'm trying to... We narrowed down that you won't be needing the fans, so...
Oh, you mean I don't need 5 fans in a computer?
No, I'm
not joking. There was a front and a back. There's 2 on the graphics card, and then the one on the processor.
I have like 4 or 5. I think mine came with like 2 fans, and then I bought 2 fans, so I think I have 4. And I got you this, or on this PC part picker, I got you the exact same case that I've got, just so that if you need help building it, I can show you pictures of mine for reference. I mean, I'm sure you have
All
knowledge
I'm
of
gonna
computers.
say, all I am gonna say is if I need help building it, then I don't need to buy it.
Well, that's not true. That's not true because look at it this way: I had absolutely no experience building PCs at all, and my wife and me put mine together. The problem I had with it was wire management, so I had to ask someone for help with wire management because I've never done that before. So,
Block, I've took a computer completely out of one case and put it in another because the case was shorting it out. I think I got it. Yeah, it can be tough. I'll give you that, but
Okay,
yeah,
that's weird.
I can handle that. What's weird?
I did window capture, and it captured the window, but it captured a screenshot of the window.
Oh,
Game capture.
I don't know.
Eh.
But I'm glad you said that because I didn't actually get mine set up, and we're going to be. I'm going to let you pass it to me, by the way.
Oh, am I sending you my side stream?
Yes.
Uh,
But I'm going to literally have my game overlaid so I can't see it.
Okay. Alright. Yes. Which one did I do?
Don't change it.
I was about to say, when we're doing that, I need to, God damn it.
My cropping's wrong. It is game capture.
Yeah, it is. I just
Does
gotta
that work for
also,
mine?
Also, I, just got reminded of what the last thing I had streaming to you was. 1 second.
Oh, that's weird. That should have been set up for that size.
Wait, is that?
Wonder what
because-
happened there.
Hang on, folks. I'm testing something real quick. Is it because? No, not
I
that
know
one.
why this one's goofed up. It was because we were doing Kingdom Hearts last. I just looked over and saw that.
I was testing something. Is it? Oh no, that okay. That was weird. The GIF was froze when I was in studio mode. And I was just like, wait, is that the
Oh,
problem
yeah,
with
because
window?
It cuts down the
The
resources needed.
yeah.
You do realize if you're sending me just the game, then you don't need to be sizing it up, right?
I know. I thought I'd do it anyway because I was in the middle of it when you told me that. So enjoy this,
Okay.
folks, while I deal with stuff.
While you deal with it.
Yes.
Didn't you say you wanted to stick to AMD for CPU? Or were you interested in going
Should be the last one.
That one I'm more on the who's cheaper concept
Okay.
in the long run, not necessarily the short term.
Okay. Instead of a Ryzen 3, I can look at an Intel.
All right, we're good.
And an Intel i3, even though it pains me to say go
Also,
Intel,
picture.
but i3 might be cheaper.
For reference, this is what I had. Kota and his fucking stupid face, and I love it.
Oh my goodness.
I love Kota and his stupid face. It's like one of the best things out of game.
And apparently, PC Parts Picker does not have prices for the i3. Lovely. Thank you, PC Parts Picker. Fucking useless sometimes.
You know what I just realized?
What?
I will have to do. Where is it? There it is. Do that. That way I can just post codes there and then switch it over.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what else I could do.
Ready for me to swap over?
Provided the VLC does everything correct, I should be fine.
So wait.
As,
No, go ahead.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna take stream down real quick and we're gonna swap over and do Among Us tonight. See you in a bit, folks.